Hello everyone, welcome back to Vouch Initiative International. I'm Rosemary, a student of Vouch, and today we'll be talking about or we'll be learning gradients in Adobe Photoshop. Okay, so let's start by knowing the definition of gradient. Okay, so the gradient allows you to create gradual change of colors and light across an image with a power and quality. Okay, so there are two ways you can work with gradients. Is by first checking through the toolbox in Adobe Photoshop to look for gradients, and here it is. This is the gradient. And the second way is by you unlocking the background to make it a normal background and clicking on the effects to take you to the blending mode option. Okay, so let's first work with the gradient in the toolbox. So here it is, and this is the gradient panel, and these are the types of gradients you're going to have with. Okay, so this is the gradient panel, and literally Adobe Photoshop has already made a default for you. So here are the defaults in it. It's normal, like after that one, it's part of Adobe Photoshop if you don't want to create it. But gradient, with the help of gradient helps designers to bring out their own colors. That's what one use of gradient too. Okay, so when you come to the gradient editor or the gradient panel, this is the gradient panel. This sample here is color stopper, which shows that this point from this point to the other point is red. So you want to change it. You know that gradient helps you to create your own color. So I want green. I want this side to be yeah. I want to have my own color. Let me choose black. Yeah. And okay, so this is my color that I've made. With the help of gradients, I've been able to create this color. So let's click on OK. Okay, so here is the color I've been able to make, and there are some types of gradients, like how you want your gradient to look like. We have one which is called the linear gradient, and we have the radial gradient, we have the angle gradient, we have the reflected gradient, we have the diamond gradient. So let's see how it all works. Let's try with the linear gradient. Okay, so this is how the linear gradient looks like. And let's try the radial gradient. Okay, so this is how the radial gradient also looks like. Let's try the angle gradient too. Angle gradient. Okay, and let's try the reflected gradient. Okay, so this is how the reflected gradient. Also, let's try the diamond gradient too. Okay, so this is how the diamond gradient also work. Okay, so let's go to the another gradient I was talking about. So we have to click on the FX here to get to the blending mode. There's the blending. You select the blending mode. Yes, so this is the other gradient I'm talking about, which is the layer style. It will take you to layer style. Okay, so we search for the gradient overlay, and here it is. You search for the gradient overlay. Good. Okay, so as you all know that I love using this gradient because there are some corrections you can make, but with the toolbox using that gradient, you can't make any corrections. You can't make it how you want it to look like. Okay, so this is the gradient panel. As you know, there are some defaults here that if you don't want to create your own gradient, you can use. But if you want to create your own gradient, let's work it out here. We select it. We choose our own colors here. You have to choose the colors you want to work with. Yeah. We create another color stopper. Okay, so this color, another color stopper, choose another color. Okay. Another color stopper here. Okay. Another color. Okay, then. Okay, so these are gradients I've created over here. Okay. There are types of gradients. There are types of gradients. You know that, right? We have the linear, the radial, the angle, the reflected, and the diamond. You know, it also appears to the gradients in the toolbar. Same thing also applies in the layer style over here. So we have all those types of gradients over here. So it's up to you for you to select the gradients you want to work with. Okay, so let's show you the radial. This is how the radial is going to look like. This is the radial, and let's try the diamond. So diamond, yeah, this is how the diamond is also going to look like. Okay. Okay, so one thing about this layer style gradient is you can make we have an angle here that shows how you want your you can change the where your gradient is. You can change it over here. You can change it just like this. You see, when you're working with it, it's automatically reflecting over here too. So that's how the gradient works over here. That's how I love using this pad. Okay, so thank you very much for watching my video. It was nice teaching you gradients in Adobe Photoshop.